of the Holy Family lasted for 4 years. Baby Jesus was only maybe a month or less old when he came over here. The Holy Family, they had to move from a place to another, because they were afraid that the Roman Emperor will know where they are and come and kill baby Jesus. Alright? So, God told the Holy Family, you have to go to Egypt where you are going to be safe. So when they came from Jerusalem up there. They walked through the Sinai Desert and went through the Delta, which is north of Egypt, and then down there all the way to the south of Egypt. On their way back, they took the Nile ride, alright, and they went back when they thought it's safe. Okay? So, you know what that means? He took his first foot here in Egypt. His first sepulchre, it's here from Egypt. His first step here in Egypt. So Egypt is a holy land, and this is the place where God chose for his family to stay safe and sound. Alright? So let's visit the Holy Family and get blessed too. Later on martyred, and they never converted, and they were very good close friends that they moved all the time together. Alright, so because they took all that culture, later on they brought their relatives to the church and buried them here. This is another church built the same time like the hanging church, dates back to the end of the 4th century, and you have to notice that like if you come here 30 years ago, that was all covered in water. Alright, all because this is a lower level of the normal ground. So when the Nile used to flood, it used to cover all that. So they found the water out, they made the preservation work it needed for the place, and the church was opened again. What we have over there, this is you know that when Christianity brought to Egypt, not everybody was a baby to have his baptism. So some of them, they are adults, alright? So they needed a bigger basin for the baptism itself. Besides, during Epiphany celebration, the Christian will come here and celebrate the Epiphany. Before, they used to celebrate Epiphany by the River Nile, but later on, during the Arab-Muslim era, they forbade them from using the Nile, so they had to make their own little small things, close the door and celebrate Epiphany that way. Over there, we have the oldest Epiphany peasant in Christian Egypt. You know, this is the first one ever. Now, I'm going to show you jars over there. Okay? And in here, you see the tools that we use for planting. Yes, this is the tools, you know, when they are, by the way, this is red. Alright? This is not made to make you understand. That was put in some of the tools, you know, for the workers. Here we have the people who grain the flour. The woman here is working, grinding the grain. Here is writing, okay? And here we use this bird as a symbol of writing. God taught the God of writing. And here you can see samples of the different natural colors they have been using. This is the place where we have different things. We have labels. For example, this, like one of the jars, we put a label with, you know, like a bread to say has wine in this jar. This has beer. This has whatever. Right? And mom, now we take it. Alright? They cut this part of the body, the abdominal part. Take out all the internal organs and the heart. Alright? They make sure the heart is